What's happening, guys? This is Mike at Mike's Little Dragon Channel, and I am going tonight. Well, first of all, I'm trying out a new overhead tripod I got, so I'm going to I'm going to do this video on issue 1 of The Walking Dead, using it for the first time and see how it looks. If it doesn't look good, you guys will never know it because I'll delete it. But if it looks presentable, we'll roll with it. This is going to be another one in the series of our first appearances. You know, I had gotten into the habit of grabbing a first appearance of a character and seeing how that character looked initially versus how they look currently now. I'm going to do kind of the same thing with The Walking Dead #1, and I'm going to show how this issue opens up and how it kind of set the tone in its first issue for how the rest of the series would be. So it kind of is a little bit similar, but a little bit different. But anyway, this is issue 1 of Walking Dead by Robert Kirkman, Tony Moore. Tony Moore is only on it for, I think he's only on it for the first 6 issues. And then Charlie Adler comes on, and this issue opens up. We see right out the gate, Rick is getting shot here. That's supposed to be Shane. Rick wakes up in the hospital. Sees he's all alone. He can't really figure out what's going on. And then he opens this door and he's in for a rude awakening. And he's confronted with the new reality of everything that's going on in his world. And obviously he panics. So we see Rick getting out of the hospital and just kind of exploring how the surrounding areas look, coming face to face with everything. If you watch the TV show, this is kind of similar to the very first episode. But the main difference in what this book about zombies does in comparison to everything else we had seen with zombies is this was very much a book and a zombie story that was not really about the zombies. It has a lot of tragedy in it. It has a lot of drama in it. A lot of characterization, a lot of great interaction. You know, a lot of times previous zombie books or we had seen was a lot of just running and gunning and people trying to survive. But in this book here, you get that, but you also get, and this is instance here where he runs into I can't think of what my man's name is right here. Morgan, that's right, Morgan. He runs into Morgan here, and this is where you really start to get the tone for the book. You know, them just describing to each other what it's like to live in this society, living in this hellhole that they're in, you know, of zombies. So this first issue, like I said, it very much sets the tone for what the book is going to be about. You know, like even if you look at this first issue, this whole first issue lets you, like I said, it lets you know what the book is going to be about, because you have Rick getting shot here in the very first page. Then outside of that, you have very little action. You have this zombie dies on the stairwell, and then that's it. So that's all the action that you have in this book. You have a lot of scenes that show the desolation, the destruction of the city. You have a lot of great moments with Morgan and Rick talking, and then you don't have any other action until this last page here, where Rick travels back to see this zombie that he takes pity on and just shoots it in the head. So, like I said, this first issue here very much encapsulates what the whole book is going to be. A book that is about zombies. It's a book set in a zombie invasion, but it's really more about the cast of characters and their interactions with each other. The zombies are just essentially the backdrop, really. But right here in this first issue, that tone is established by Kirkman, and he nails it and sets up the book what it's going to be for its duration. I read it for quite a while, and then after a while I kind of stopped. I kind of fell out of it, but obviously everyone knows it was a really huge hit, especially on television, and it is basically the book that kind of helped give Image like a second renaissance, so to speak. So, and everything started right here with this one issue. But so that is Walking Dead #1, and this is a Image first, so it was only $1. So it's really easy to come by. I think the first trade they've got listed right here. The very first trade's $9.99 in softcover. Days Gone By. The rest of them are $14.99. Image kind of likes to have that volume 1 be lower in price, to hook you and bring you in. And of course, if trade paperback's not your forte, they've also got it in hardcover, deluxe hardcover, and the compendium. So it's a wide variety of ways to read it. But yeah, Walking Dead #1 right here. The tone is set in the first issue, and it carries on until the run is over with. So that is it for today, and you guys take care. We'll talk to you later, and bye-bye.